Morning, guys. It's the first day of the turkey tour. It's 5 a.m. right now and I'm flying solo today. The rest of the boys will be in later tonight, so I think I'm gonna go with my buddy Josh Thrash and his son over on their property this morning, see if we can get his boy REID a bird, and then after that I'm gonna head out to the public land, see if we can go get into him. Marathon. Well, it looks like I'm running a little bit early. I'm about 5 minutes from Thrash's house. The boys are coming down today. They were up working the Minnesota Deer Classic and it just got canceled last night because of the coronavirus. So they're gonna be down later tonight. Like I said, I'm flying solo today. Thrash showed up to camp last night and said that his little boy REID, I believe he's 7, wanted to go turkey hunting this morning. So let's go over there and see if we can wake those boys up and go get on some birds. Hey boy,
Hey.
You ready to get them?
I am.
Did your sister get one yesterday?
Yes, sir.
They ought to be gobbling though, I would think, don't you?
I think they ought to be.
We ought to find one somewhere this morning.
Hustle, okay?
Hustle.
He's fired up, man. He flipping out to get to go this morning. So.
It's about as warm as I've had it down here.
Yeah.
Early season like this. It's green out there.
Yeah, I really wish we could get a good high pressure cooler day. I think turkeys would gobble a lot better, but it's just been overcast and kind of muggy, so
Yeah.
probably discourage a number of people on the public ground when they go this morning. Don't hear much.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Save a few of them for this week.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Don't step up on this berm and go ahead and hoot early and just make sure something. That may be 2. Let's get our stuff and head that way.
Let's go get him, REID. They ain't far, are they? Just right there.
Hens.
Hens, yeah. Slipping up here right now. Gonna make a setup somewhere along this field, I think, and just sit and call for a little bit. Birds are really, really quiet today.
Welcome to Mississippi. They're still scraping in March.
That's fresh, ain't it?
Yeah.
What'd you see, REID?
Turkey tracks.
There's turkey tracks down there? Fresh ones? These turkeys got hens with them, and they've shut up gobbling now. It's about 10 o'clock. So we're gonna head back out and try to go and prospect a little bit, see if we can find one that's willing to play a little. These gobbled good mid-morning for about an hour. And then last time we heard them, they gobbled heading the other direction. And we haven't heard them since, so. End up turkeys, that's what you get this time of year, quite often.
Never thought you could sell a roll of toilet paper for $20 in my lifetime, but you probably could this week. We've been turkey hunting for 4 or 5 hours, and we haven't even mentioned the coronavirus once.
I don't think it's out here in the turkey woods.
It ain't out here in these woods. But
Safe
you go
place
in
to
there,
be.
you go in there to Wally World, choo-wee. I was skeptical about all the hysteria myself. I went into Walmart last night and I was just gonna buy oranges or whatever and some bananas. I went in there and I'm like, if I don't buy food right now, I ain't gonna get none with all these people in here. We struck out this morning. Turkeys were henned up bad, so we went to town, got something to eat, and now we're getting ready to head out to the public land. See if we can find a lonely one this afternoon. We just got out to a piece of public land here. Gonna spend the afternoon out here trying to find a bird along the base of this creek bottom we're heading towards. This area of Mississippi we're hunting in is fairly flat with little creek bottoms that weave through it. There's lots of these pretty oak bottoms like you can see behind me here. There's pine flats mixed in with the occasional cutover and field opening, but for whatever the reason, turkeys just don't seem to use fields as much down here. At least that's been my experience. Most of the birds that we've killed in the past have came in the timber and most frequently in the afternoon. Crow calling up there. We just have better luck hunting the afternoons and the evenings. This time of year the turkeys don't gobble a whole lot because most of them have hens, as y'all saw earlier in today's video. This morning we got on those birds and they were stuck with hens all morning. They're not gobbling much either. We wait till most of the people leave the public woods and then head in for the afternoon. That's what we're doing today. You can see how flat it is and what we're dealing with. This real pretty wide open oak bottom, but there's very little terrain change in elevation, so there's no hills that you can hide behind. There's very few of them anyway, so you have to be extra cautious moving through these woods, because this early in the year, before everything gets good and greened up, you can only get so close to a bird before he's within sight of you. Makes it somewhat difficult at times. There's this tiny little ridge right here behind us that we just walked down. There's some May apples and stuff growing on it. Like what we were talking about earlier, there's not much elevation change in here. It's just a couple of feet, if anything. As soon as we come up on this little ridge, it got real green right here. There's a bunch of big mature trees down in here along the edge of this creek.
Turkey pines.
Turkey pines, huh?
Yep. We don't have a lot of them, but that's what we call them.
Good trees for roosting, good for setting up against too.
307.
307 right now. We're headed back to the truck to go to a new spot and try it again. Early season like this in the south, especially hunting public land, deep woods turkeys like this, for whatever reason they just don't gobble very much. I mean, when you get on one that's hot, that's lost a hen or doesn't have one, it's a little bit of a different story, you know. They act just like turkeys everywhere else. But with that said, overall the gobbling just does not seem as active down here this time of the year. That's the one semi-consistent thing we've found with hunting public land turkeys in the south early season. Suckers just don't talk very much. So when you do get one to gobble and you locate him, you better be dropping pins where he's at and staying with him. That's kind of the game plan for this hunt. Just cover a lot of ground in the morning first thing. Try to locate birds on the limb when we can hear them the best. And then stay in that same general area throughout the day. If and when they do lose track of those hens and go to gobbling, you want to be right there on top of them. The hens ain't going to be very far, and neither are the other hunters. So you have to be right on those birds and ready to kill them when they get right. On to the next spot. See if we can find one before it gets dark yet.
I guess we need to walk 3 or 4 miles. Apparently riding down the road and calling don't work. That's what all the professionals say.
Glad I ain't a professional.
Me too. Let's get back in the truck.
What'd you see, Chris?
Gobbler tracks. Several of them.
Oh yeah, okay.
They in here somewhere.
Been driving down this road here, stopping and calling every once in a while and scouting. We just drove up. There's a big old gobbler track, real fresh right here in the sand along the edge of the road. Might be a good spot to hit in the morning or
Yeah.
during the day tomorrow maybe.
Feel like you could hear a long way from up here.
Yeah. We're just cruising real slow. This road's real sandy. And you can see those tracks in the edge of the road where that sand is washed out.
Back up.
See one right there, Chris?
I think I did.
This is efficient mobile scouting. Seeing multiple turkey tracks on this one road and not very many truck tracks. That's a good sign. Whenever we find spots like this, especially early in these trips, we drop pins on the map and then just kind of loop back through here. Like tomorrow afternoon, for example, if we strike out somewhere else, we'll loop back through here, calling and listening, maybe even walking in off some of these ridges, because we know there's turkeys in here now, as evidenced by the track.
For sure.
Just a little tidbit, just picking up a little bit at a time.
Another fresh gobbler track.
Right there. Did you hear 2 of them? There's 2 of them. Yeah, we just got out of the truck to roost birds. As soon as we got out of the truck, Thrash could have swore he heard one. We walked out here, started finding a bunch of turkey tracks and boot tracks, and they just gobbled right in there. Didn't get anything today, but we sure learned a lot. Found a bunch of different spots with turkeys in it. Now we got some roosted for tomorrow. That's good right there. That's real good. Man, they fired right back. That's awesome. It's pretty slick. This your little man cave out here?
Yeah, I was building this shop, and all this tin was reclaimed tin off of a barn we tore down, and just some old cheap pine on the walls, and I just wanted a place to put all my stuff kind of in one spot. And we have our Sunday school classes had some gatherings here, Bible studies, guys get together, want to shoot the breeze, watch a football game. I mean,
What's that?
that's an alligator we killed over on the Mississippi River at the time. I didn't get the weight, but at the time he was one of the longest ones killed. That was right when our alligator season first started. That was actually a private land gator killed in a borrow pit over there, but so it took us, that was about a 4-hour ordeal to get him from the water into the boat. It was the alligator was 12 foot 10 inches long and had missing about 6 inches of his tail. And we used a 10-foot John boat to get him to the bank, so the alligator was longer than the boat.